Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here from simpleprogrammer.com. So I'm doing some catching up on some videos here, and I'm going to answer a question here. I haven't answered a question like from my Trello board in a while. I've been kind of just picking out topics I want to talk about. So this is a question on personal development. It's called, is revenge viable to personal development? This is from Nick, and he says, is revenge a rightful, healthy way to gain success? And he says, hey John, I am Nick. Over the past years, since I began college in computer science, I feel like I've wasted my years and become a worse person as a whole. I see that I have the potential, discipline, and motivation to change, but it wears off mainly because time doesn't seem to offer me any indications of progress. I'm also a nihilist, and the only way to rise my willpower to fight is to feed my need for revenge. Sometimes I feel like I want to squash everyone around me, fight alone, and prove everybody wrong. Sometimes I feel that my ego is the only one that should matter, and I don't want to seek the help or empathy of others. I want to succeed alone. Is revenge a rightful/healthy way to gain success? P.S. I love your videos. They have been a great motivation for me. I wish you success in your business and personal life. Okay. So this is an interesting question, right? I mean, is revenge the way to gain success? I think most people would say no, that no, revenge is not the way, revenge is not a good motivation. And while I sort of agree with that, I'm going to disagree simply because I think that we can't control our lower motivations. I've talked about this before. I think I did some video. If we can find it on our motivations, on the lower motivations, and having higher motivations eventually. But the idea is this, it's simply this, is that, look, if revenge is what's going to motivate you right now, and that's the only thing that's going to motivate you, you can know that it's poison you're drinking, okay? I mean, but honestly, what's the alternative, right? Is to not do anything, right? Like, you can't control the thing that's motivating you at any point. And this is one of those things, one of those concepts I think that is important to realize, is that wherever you are, whoever you are right now, that's who you are. That's where you're at. Now, I want you to grow. I want to grow, okay? But I also know that in order for me to grow, in order for you to grow, we can't deny where we are right now. Because if you don't know where you are on the map, you can't go anywhere, right? It doesn't matter if you know where you want to go. If you don't know where you are, you can't know how to get there, okay? And so it's really important to acknowledge, okay, right now where you are. And it may be that your motivation is greed. It may be that your main motivation in life is lust. It may be that your main motivation in life is revenge. It may be that your main motivation in life is validation and to prove other people wrong, or to prove that you can do it, or prove that you're worthy to yourself. If you don't fulfill those prime motivations, those base motivations as I call them, you will not be able to open up the door to the higher levels of motivation, right? Because those are things that your ego feels like they needs to have fulfilled in some way in order for you to move forward and advance as a human being. And until you get those things, you're not going to progress, right? It's kind of like, you know, if you take water away from someone, it doesn't matter what kind of carrot you dangle in front of them. If they can't breathe, or they can't drink water, or they don't have food, or they have to piss really bad, right? Or they're freaking dead tired, that is going to be the driving motivation, and they're going to do everything to get that urge or that need met before they can think at a higher level, before they can have a higher level of motivation. And it's the same thing with you, right? So I'm not advocating revenge, but I am saying that if that's the thing that's going to motivate you, right? Here's the thing to think about, okay? You need to recognize that this is not a good thing, that this is a base motivation, right? And sometimes, you know, what we think will fulfill it will not fulfill it, right? So sometimes, and sometimes the only way to find that is to try, right? So you might think that, okay, well, I feel like I need to get revenge, and that's what's motivating me, and once I have my revenge, I'll be happy. And honestly, like, I can tell you, no, revenge isn't going to make you happy, and you know that's true, right? But you're not going to believe that until you actually get your revenge, and then you feel how shitty it feels, and then you realize, well, I did it, I got my revenge, now I suppose I need to figure out what the fuck I actually am made of, right? Because I've resolved that thing. I don't feel better right? I feel a different itch, but now I can get to that itch and I can figure out what that is and what's the real thing that's driving me. Now that's one path, but another path is to become somewhat enlightened, right? Is to maybe read some Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. I'll recommend that book, but to have some kind of experience, to do some self-development, some personal development, and then to get to the point where you're like, wow, I actually kind of want to let go of this revenge. I don't feel like I need that. Like I've got a better motivation, but I've resolved it. You see what I'm saying? Like either way, whatever happens, you're going to have to resolve it. And some needs, some of the motivations that you have in life, you are not going to resolve in any other way besides seeing for yourself, right? I mean, I could count the ones for myself where someone could tell me this is fucking wrong and this is not going to make you happy, but I have to go and do it anyway and find out so I can realize it, so I can finally, close that door and say, yep, just as I suspected, there's nothing good in that door. Right? And everyone's like, I fucking told you there's nothing in the door. Why you got to open the door? Why you got to go in there? Why you got to spend so much of your life trying to go into this door and open this door? And it's like, because no matter what you tell me, my ego, my heart will not believe it until it sees it for itself. Even though logically, I know. I open this door. Fuck, there's snakes in there. All right, let's close the fucking door. Right? But I got to do it. Okay? So there's going to be some of those things in life that I'm just going to tell you you're going to have to face, and you're just going to have to do it. It's going to be shitty, but you got to rise through the shit. I mean, no one who has become great or successful in life has gone through unscathed. They have had hardships. They have learned things the hard way. They have gotten their head bashed, their heart smashed. That happens, okay? But at the same time, you don't need to make that excessive. If you can actually find another way rather than devoting your life to revenge, I mean, you don't have to be, what's that book, the Monte Cristo. You don't have to, the Count of Monte Cristo, right? You don't have to be that guy. You can find another way. If you can find another way, absolutely, that's a better path. But you're going to have to figure out those things for yourself. But what I would say, again, what I said at the beginning of this video is acknowledge where you are right now. It's okay. It's okay to be where you are right now. It's okay to be some, count just driven by revenge. Okay? But don't let that control you. Don't let that be the only thing that defines you. If right now, in order to succeed in school and life, you got to be like, I got to prove people wrong and I got to get revenge and I got to prove that I'm the best, do it. Fine. Go ahead. Right? If that's the only thing that's going to take you down that path. But I will tell you, and you already know this probably, it's not going to result in fulfillment. Like you'll be able to achieve it, and you'll be able to achieve things, and at some point, right, you're going to realize, because this was me, I was motivated by stupid shit, okay? And at some point, I realized that, like, you know what? No one's giving me validation. Like, no matter how much validation I get from these people that I've done these awesome things, these great things, it doesn't fucking matter, right? Because I still feel like shit. I still don't feel worthy. And then I figured out, oh, wait a minute. See, I got to give myself validation. See, I got to decide that I'm good enough. It has to be me, right? And once I made that decision, then it's resolved. But I probably wouldn't have been able to come to that point had I not sought the approval and validation of other people and got it to some degree and realized that it's a never-ending treadmill, and I would just keep on climbing that I'm never going to be able to get enough approval, enough validation to make me feel validated as myself. Only I can give that gift to myself, right? But I can say this, I can give you this wisdom, but it doesn't mean you can internalize it yet, right? But again, like I said, the more of it that you can, if you can hear what I'm saying and you're like, well, epiphany, and all of a sudden a light turns on and you're like, huh, I don't need revenge anymore, I feel fucking great, and I feel motivated, good. If not, and you just have to go down this road, like I said, you got to open that door, fucking open the door. But just try and have as few casualties along the way, right? Try and not destroy your whole fucking life going after that validation, that thing that you need in order to, to feed your ego. See what you can do, the minimal damage that you can do to feed the ego, close the door, get the fuck out of there, and go somewhere else, okay? But one of the best ways to do that, I'll tell you, subscribe to the channel, click the subscribe button, click the bell, but is personal development. This is why I teach you on this channel how to grow, how to develop yourself as a person, how to reach your maximum potential, is because when you go down that path, you'll find that a lot of these base motivations, they will start to disappear and resolve on their own as you become more confident and more self-reliant and and learn to accept not only other people but yourself, and then you'll find those deeper motivations, right? And you know, that's just how it is. So there you go. I hope that helps you. Like I said, click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click the bell so you don't miss any videos. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.